Hey there guys, Portal Master 9351 here, and in this video, I'm going to talk about sort of the state of my channel and some of the plans and promises that I have for the future of this channel in general. So, I was recently kind of thinking, I was looking at some channels that started after I started, and I was just sort of looking at the state of their channel. Steve Smith and United Skylanders America specifically were two of the ones that I was looking at. And so, it occurred to me that, I was already had made this YouTube channel when they were created, when they started making their videos. And they both make very high quality videos, and I enjoy both of their videos. But it really occurred to me that they started after I did, and they have double what I have today. And, it's nothing against them, because they're doing a great job to have gotten there. But I sort of looked at myself, and I realized, what are they doing differently than I am? And I sort of kind of thought to myself, well, they've got thumbnails, they've got descriptions, and they've got, what was the third thing? They've got higher quality videos. It escaped my mind for a second. They've got higher quality videos. And I don't necessarily mean that in the sense that they have a better video, but I mean it in the sense that their videos are literally at a higher quality than mine. They have a higher resolution than my videos do. My videos for the past, 2.5 years have been in 360p, all the ones for my iPad, and all the ones for my computer have been from 720. 720 is a good benchmark to be at. 1080 takes way too long to upload, but 360 and 480 is just far too low down on the resolution spectrum, and even I'm willing to admit that. I didn't really think about it being as big of a problem until I realized, I do watch my own videos. I do watch them and review them and make sure that they're good, and at least most of the time I try to do that. But I usually do that on my iPad. I usually do it as they're uploading. I watch the videos on my iPad. And so I have never really seen it, just how bad 360p really is when you put it on a computer screen that's bigger than your iPad. I never realized how bad it was. And I kind of looked at my own video and I'm like, man, that's a really bad looking video. And it was a news video from a year ago or so, and I'm like, why would anyone want to watch this when they could go over to these other people's YouTube channels and watch their videos? And I'm not saying I'm trying to be the only YouTuber that people watch, but I mean it's at least I at least need to incentivize people to watch my videos. And one of the ways I need to do that is I need to up my game and I need to start uploading at a higher quality. Now, the reason that I haven't been doing this is because I've been uploading off my iPad for the past several years. I have solely been doing it off of YouTube Capture, almost entirely, except for the videos that are made on my laptop, which were uploaded through something else on the laptop that goes much, much faster than YouTube Capture does. So, for the longest time, my video editor was not compatible with the video files on my iPad, and I was kind of thinking, well, it would be nice to just stick them in my video editor, edit them, and then submit them, to YouTube. But then I realized that the only thing I have to do to change the file format is change the little file extension. So I now have the ability to just take my iPad, hook it up to my computer, transfer the video files over, put them in my editor, and upload them to YouTube in 720p. And my laptop is finally fixed now, and I can actually do that now. One of the other things I saw was a lot of people do thumbnails. And thumbnails have been something I've tried in the past, but haven't had, I've always gotten burned out trying to do all of my videos in thumbnails. But I started to realize that it's not as hard as I thought, and I was just being a complete idiot in trying to edit those thumbnails, and I can slap some basic thumbnails together for almost all my videos for the past several years, and boom, I've caught up. After I catch up and try to thumbnail all my old videos, or at least all my old recent videos, like from this year or from the past year or whatever, I can just do each new video as I make it, and it's no big deal to just spend a few minutes on a thumbnail every time I make a video. That's not a big deal, and that is definitely something that I can do that's going to attract new people, and it's going to help grow my channel. And I hope that you guys that already view my channel will also like having the thumbnails there. Another thing is that descriptions are something that I've never really had descriptions in my videos. it's always usually been via YouTube Capture is all that there is, with the exception of a few videos. But I realized that a lot of, not just Skylander YouTubers, but also other YouTubers have sort of a standardized comment followed by, or preceded by, rather, like some sort of a general information about the video. And apparently that is something that I need to start doing. And I really think that that's also going to help draw new people in and sort of spread myself out over social media. And on the topic of social media, so for the longest time, you know, I've had a YouTube for almost 3 years now. I've had a Twitter for almost a year now as well. And I've never really used it that much. But it really occurred to me that if I start using Twitter, I can put myself out there and I can get other people to notice my content and retweet it, and I can spread myself out there and draw more people in. So I do plan to use Twitter more. And like I said, this is not only going to help me draw in new people, but I also think that you guys are also going to be able to interact with me on another level, and I'm going to actually be able to be more public and be more out there than just on my own YouTube. I think that expanding more of my time to Twitter is going to help me. And I've also realized that a lot of YouTubers also use Instagram. And, you know, Instagram is another social media platform that I don't use Instagram, but I'm not opposed to using Instagram. And it's something that I do plan on using soon. Because I really think that's also going to help me, you know, get out there. And it's also a great way for me to share little bits of news from me. You know, rather than every time I need to do like a channel update, rather than doing some sort of a channel update video, like not like a 6-minute one, I would still do like for a video that's this long and this in-depth, I would still do, you know, an actual channel update. But I can be like, hey, I got these new shelves for my Skylanders, I got these spice racks, and I'm going to put my Skylanders on there because it's going to look pretty cool. You know, I can just do like little short things like that, just put that out on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and it's you know, sort of just another level of interaction between me and my audience, and I really think that's going to help me as well. So yeah, as far as this already is concerned, like the status of how far I am on this little personal project of mine, I've already put thumbnails for all of my Skylanders Showdown videos. I had thumbnails on the first 17 episodes, but I didn't like those thumbnails. They weren't good enough for me, so I completely overhauled my thumbnails for those. And they're still simplistic, but they're definitely better than my face. I'm not calling myself ugly. I'm just saying, you know, my face on every video gets repetitive, and this is going to actually help you see what the video is about without having to read the title or watch the video or anything, but it's just going to help draw people in, I think. For Skylanders Showdown, in case you haven't seen it, and I don't want you guys to leave this video and go check that out before you're done with this video, it's basically just the Skylander and the other Skylander with a versus in between. It's pretty simplistic, but I really think that it looks really smooth and really clean, and it's going to help the channel as a whole. For news videos, I'll just include pictures of some stuff, and for other stuff, I'll just do other stuff. But I'm starting to do the thumbnail bit. This video should be in 720 if everything goes well. And I'm really looking forward to being able to upload my videos in a higher quality. Descriptions, I'm still working on actually figuring out how I want my descriptions for all my videos to be. But, so that you may not see that take effect immediately, but that is definitely a goal of mine, to actually get a real description to help spread myself out over social media and other, you know, media platforms. So that should be coming soon. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for now in this video. I'm really hoping that I can grow my channel and I can see some actual growth and progress. You know, I started this a while back, you know, almost 3 years ago, as I keep saying. You know, I started it because I love Skylanders, and I still love Skylanders. But, you know, there's sort of this measurement of how successful this project has been, and that is how many people see it. You know, I don't necessarily do it for the fame and anything like that. I don't do it for that. I do it for my own enjoyment, but it definitely adds to my enjoyment when I see other people caring about what I have to say. That really does help me feel as if this project of mine, this YouTube project of mine, is successful. But anyways, that's all for now. This has been Portal Master 9351. See you next time, everybody. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.